In the middle of the Caribbean Sea, a family is enjoying their vacation on a yacht. The mother, Julia, jumps into the water for a swim. While relaxing, she suddenly feels something strange. But since she cannot see anything around her, she assumes it must be her imagination. A few seconds later, the same strange feeling returns. Again, nothing is visible. This time, she panics and starts swimming back toward the yacht. Suddenly, something grabs her leg and begins pulling her down. She starts screaming loudly for help. Her daughter Cassie is wearing headphones and listening to music, so she cannot hear her. Her husband Tom and their son Ben are busy fishing. Julia struggles to stay afloat, but water enters her mouth, making it hard to scream. After some time, Tom realizes he hasn't seen Julia for a while. He looks around the yacht and then spots his wife in danger. He calls out to the children, steers the yacht closer, and jumps into the water. He quickly reaches Julia, holds her, and swims back towards the yacht. The children pull both of them up. The family takes care of Julia, but she convinces herself that it must have been caused by the waves. That night, they all celebrate Ben's birthday together. Cassie receives a call from her boyfriend, so she takes her laptop and goes outside. On the video call, her boyfriend shows that huge black clouds have covered the city. The call glitches and freezes. Cassie rushes to tell her family, but Tom says the signal is probably weak because they are far from land. Just then, they hear a strange sound. Everyone goes outside and sees a group of whales passing by. Tom explains that whales follow Earth's magnetic field, but during storms, they become confused. Suddenly, the yacht shakes violently and Ben falls. Tom worries that the yacht may be damaged, so he dives underwater to check. After a while, he returns to the surface with a deep wound on his shoulder. Julia immediately stitches the wound. Tom explains that underwater it felt like something huge was behind him, but when he turned around, he got injured by the propeller. He says whatever it was enormous. Tom notices serious damage to the yacht, so they try to call for help. Julia keeps trying the radio, while Cassie searches for a phone signal, but nothing works. Suddenly, Cassie sees a strange creature and screams, but it turns out to be Ben wearing a mask and joking. A short while later, the yacht completely shuts down and gets stranded in the middle of the sea. Julia hears a voice on the radio, but the signal is too distorted to understand. Tom tells the family they only have 4 days of food and water left and must wait for a fishing boat. Suddenly, something appears on the radar, and a strange sound fills the air. They rush outside and are shocked to see multiple fireballs falling from the sky. Wherever they land, massive explosions occur. One falls into the water near them, and Tom tries to start the yacht. The engine barely runs before another fireball hits nearby. The family clings to each other in fear. Tom realizes the falling fireballs are not meteors, but satellites. At the same time, Ben notices smoke coming from the yacht. Tom checks and confirms the engine is damaged. As the wind grows stronger, the family hides inside, unaware that the compass is spinning rapidly. The yacht shakes violently again. Ben falls and gets injured this time. Huge waves crash against the yacht. Tom struggles outside and brings life jackets. Suddenly, the power goes out. He quickly restores it, and the lights come back on. Ben notices that Julia's nose is bleeding. Julia feels dizzy, while Cassie runs to the sink and vomits. Tom keeps trying the radio, but there is still no signal. Suddenly, a loud, high-pitched noise fills the air, and the wind becomes even stronger. Julia tries to close the doors, but a hatch opens and the wind starts smashing the windows. Tom lights a flare, and soon, darkness falls. The next morning, the family wakes up in shock, realizing they survived the storm. But the yacht is half destroyed. When they step outside, they see that the ocean water has completely disappeared, and the yacht is now stuck on land. Cassie checks her phone, but the network is completely down. Ben starts playing with 2 dead crabs. Tom checks the compass and realizes it is reversed. This last happened 700,000 years ago. Cassie believes her boyfriend must be dead and breaks down. When Julia tries to comfort her, Cassie pushes her away and hides. Julia and Tom check the remaining supplies. Ben ties his birthday balloons to a rock, hoping some survivor might see them. Tom tries the radio again and connects with a man named Now, a submarine captain. His submarine is also stuck on land. He confirms that the magnetic poles have reversed, causing the ocean to retreat. He says he hasn't seen any other survivors, and all communication systems are down. Nao explains that the poles will reverse again, and the ocean may return in about a week. He warns them to climb to higher ground, because when the water returns, it will be extremely dangerous. He adds that his partner died in the crash, and the submarine only has space for 3 people. Julia and Tom beg him to at least save their children. Nao gives them his coordinates. Tom calculates that it will take 2 to 3 days to reach the submarine, and tells the family to rest well tonight. They will leave in the morning. The next morning, while packing, Tom notices something moving nearby. It's a limping man holding a harpoon, with a dog barking beside him. Tom approaches and gives him water, but the man speaks a language Tom cannot understand. After drinking the water, the stranger suddenly smashes the bottle on Tom's head and kicks him in the face. Julia runs in fear, but it's too late. The man stabs Tom in the stomach with the harpoon and then slits his throat. The man chases Julia and throws the harpoon at her, injuring her shoulder. Despite the pain, Julia runs inside the yacht, tells the children to hide, and locks the door. Cassie and Ben hide inside the sofa. Julia gives them the flare gun and hides in the bathroom with a knife. The man breaks inside, grabs food, and searches the yacht. As he approaches the bathroom, Julia escapes through a small opening. The dog spots her and attacks, but Julia kills it with the knife. Enraged, the man attacks Julia brutally and starts choking her. The children witness everything. Cassie fires the flare gun, hitting the man directly. He catches fire, and flames spread across the yacht. The children escape. Julia returns briefly, kicks the man down, grabs the map and bags, and runs away. Ben and Cassie cry beside their father's body. Julia joins them, and together they say their final goodbye to Tom. Suddenly, the man emerges again, and the family runs. Moments later, the yacht explodes. They stop near a small waterfall to rest. Cassie believes the man followed them because of the balloons. Ben blames himself, but Julia assures him it wasn't his fault. They continue moving. Along the way, Ben sees a dead hammerhead shark. Julia notices the man approaching again. They run, fall down a sand dune, and cross toxic waste. Soon, they see countless dead sea animals and plastic from the ocean floor. Ben weakens from dehydration. Julia checks the water bottle and finds it nearly empty. Cassie realizes she may not have closed it properly. A heated argument follows, but they keep moving. They discover a crashed plane and decide to spend the night inside. Julia finds a family photo in Tom's jacket and breaks down. Cassie asks about her parents' love story. Julia smiles and says Tom was once her patient and confessed his love with flowers and a poem. During the night, the man attacks again, but Julia kills him. The next morning, they see his body covered in bite marks and crabs crawling out of his mouth. Later, Ben nearly drinks contaminated water, but Julia stops him. The heat intensifies, Ben collapses, and they build a temporary shelter. Julia gives him an injection and decides to rest overnight. In the morning, a massive swarm of crabs approaches. The family runs and reaches a cargo ship with survivors. The crew refuses to help and locks them out. The crabs attack, killing the crew. Julia is injured and loses consciousness. After waking in a sandstorm, the family reunites, finds water, a radio, and a gun. Now warns them the ocean will return in hours. He fires a flare, and they move toward it. They finally reach the submarine area, but face a deadly rock slide. Julia is separated and urges her children to go on. Cassie refuses but is forced to leave. As crabs attack, Julia fights back. Cassie returns, helps her climb, and they reunite with Ben. They reach the submarine just in time. The family locks the hatch as the ocean returns. Violent waves shake the submarine. They lose consciousness. When they wake up, they find the submarine inside a ruined city. There is hope to survive and begin a new life. And this is where the film ends. And finally, this film reminds us that survival isn't just about strength. It's about staying calm, protecting the people you love, and never giving up, even when hope feels lost. If you enjoyed this explanation and found it meaningful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so You keep receiving more exciting stories and movie breakdowns like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.